Hello, The Blue Life here, and welcome to my DVD update for the month of July. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, I actually have a few games to give an update for us, and they're all PC games. But the first one is 007 Bloodstone. I picked this up at Best Buy during their gaming blowouts for $5, so really good deal. This isn't the best game, but you know, I really enjoy the Bond franchise, and I just really wanted to play through this. Does have some really nice driving sequences though, but pretty much everything else about it is just a little bit better than mediocre, but still fun nonetheless. Alright, next up, these two titles I picked up on Newegg for, I'm pretty sure they were around $5.99, so really good deal for PC games. First up is Rage. This reminds me a lot of Fallout 3, which is a good thing. Haven't got too far into it, but from what I've played, it's a lot of fun. But you know, it is, as I said, it is a lot like Fallout, but kind of a more action-oriented Fallout, with not as much of the RPG elements. Next up, speaking of Fallout, it's Fallout New Vegas. Now, I did try this out probably like a year or two ago on 360, and couldn't get into it, but I figured for $5.99 I'd give it a try again on PC. Alright, now getting into my DVDs and Blu-rays. First up, this, I'm going to be talking about my Disney pickups. Now, this first DVD is one that I found at Goodwill, and I paid a really good price for it. It's Mickey's Magical Christmas, Snowed In at the House of Mouse. And I know what you're going to say, but this one is actually kind of rare. You're not going to find it in stores anymore. On Amazon, I think if you want to get it brand new, you're gonna have to pay around $20 for it. So I saw it in Goodwill, and it said, the sign said that the DVDs were priced at $2.50, but I brought it up. She entered it in as $2, so got a deal with that. I mean, I had to change the case on it because there was a bunch of gunk and stuff on it, and the DVD has a couple scratches or a couple marks here and there, but I'm pretty sure it'll play fine. But still cool to have. But the House of Mouse was this animated show that they had, I think only for 1 or 2 seasons. But the basic idea of it was that Mickey owned this club called the House of Mouse, and it had all of these different Disney animated characters in it, like from all the animated films. So it was really cool to see them all together, kind of like a crossover type thing. And they would also show kind of like the old cartoons during this as well. So this actually has the, of course it's a full-length holiday movie, and then on the bonus features you do get the premiere episode of the House of Mouse. This is really, I believe, the only DVD that has episodes from the House of Mouse on it. And you get a couple, you get some sing-along songs and a featurette, and that's pretty much it. But still, really good pickup. Next up is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This is a limited 3D edition. And not a great film, but still entertaining enough. I would say I like the story better than the 2 previous films. I really do think that they probably do need to rest this franchise for a bit before they make another film, but they probably won't. So next up is one that I got through the Best Buy Upgrade and Save deal, but it is the 30th anniversary edition of The Fox and the Hound. Now, I was going back and forth on whether I should get this or not, because it was on sale for $17.99, and with the $5 off coupon, it was $13, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. But I kept thinking to myself that for some reason that Fox and the Hound wasn't very good, but I still wanted to get it to complete my Disney collection. So on a whim the other night, I put it in and watched it, and it was really, really good. I don't know why I was thinking it was bad. I really, really enjoyed the film, and I think I'm going to be watching it again. The only thing that I really dislike about this is how they packaged it. Now, I've seen on some that they do have the trays in here, but this one didn't. This one just had the Blu-ray, which has both films on it, and then the Fox and the Hound DVD and the Fox and the Hound 2 DVD. And so they had those on top of each other here, and so you probably won't be able to see it on camera, but Fox and the Hound DVD, because it was sliding around and stuff, has a nice little ring on it. You can't see, but so I don't know if it's gonna not play or what. So that's disappointing, but still really cool to have this to add to my my Disney Animated Classics collection. Not a ton of special features on here, but still good deal on that. Next up, this is my last Disney Blu-ray pickup, but it is the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. And I had like a $5 off coupon for this, so from like the reward zone at Best Buy, so I didn't pay that much for it. And honestly, I didn't really like the film all that much. I kind of enjoyed the first one better. I definitely see the kind of the Christian theme to this more so in this one than the first one. But I mean, the acting's good, the action scenes are good, picture quality's good on this. But as for the movie itself, I didn't really like it. I just had a few issues with it I won't get into now. But yeah. So next up, I remember seeing this film way back in 1996 in the theaters, but it is Phenomenon, starring John Travolta. And on here it says Travolta's Oscar-worthy performance, and I personally don't think that. I think he does a fine job in the film, but I don't think the material is really Oscar-worthy. That's not to say it's a bad film, though. The film is about a mechanic named George Malley, and on his 37th birthday, he sees this light in the sky, and it knocks him out, and then he realizes that, you know, things are becoming clearer to him. He's able to read like 4 or 5 books a day. He's just learning all of this stuff, all of these new skills, and it's just becoming really, really smart, and it's scaring a lot of his friends and the people in town. And really, that's what the story is about. It's about love and friendship, and really the how far the human condition can go. And I would definitely recommend it on that merit. And the performances are good as well. But just keep in mind that this is a very localized story, just within this small town, and it is more of a slower-paced drama. But one I do recommend. Okay, now these two I got with the Best Buy Trade and Save program. But first up is Frequency. Really, really good film. I remember watching this in the theaters and absolutely loving it. And I was a little nervous because I hadn't seen it in a while and was worrying that it wasn't going to be as good. But it is just really, really good. I definitely recommend this to pretty much, you know, this appeals. I would think this would appeal to a large number of people because it has a number of different genres in it. It has a bit of sci-fi, a bit of romance. It has a bit of drama, thriller, police procedural in there. So it has a bunch of different things that on paper you wouldn't think work, but it all comes together and really works out well. And what this is about is Jim Caviezel plays this cop in, I believe it's 1999 in this, and he gets out his dad's old CB radio and finds out that he can communicate with his father that died 30 years, previously. So, and because they're communicating, he's communicating with the past, and his dad's communicating with the future. They're able to mess with time. So it gets really interesting about what they changed and things like that. So I mean, if you're a little worried that it's dealing with time travel and it's like, it really doesn't delve into that all that much. So I think you'll kind of not really be confused. It explains things fairly well, but really good father-son story in this. Really good performances from the two, Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel. I highly recommend this. Great film. And of course we've got Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Really good film. Great action scenes in it. I mean, the bad guy kind of sucks in it, but other than that, I like the story and I think it's filmed well. So definitely recommend picking that up. Okay, now for my final two. First up is a television show. I mentioned this in one of my deal alerts, but it is the complete first season of The Killing. Now, I've actually watched it now, and I have to say I really enjoyed this show. I started watching this, I think on a Friday that I got it, and I finished the 13 episodes by the end of the weekend. The story really pulled me in. And what this is about is about the murder investigation of, I believe, a 17-year-old girl named Rosie Larson. But the thing is, it's not really just about that. It's about how the victim's family gets through that, and how the people that are investigating the case, how their lives are going, and different people that are connected to the case. And yeah, they do throw a lot of red herrings in it, which kind of get annoying because, like 24, each episode kind of ends with a cliffhanger, and which kind of you would think would put off the investigation in a totally different direction. But then, you come back and they're like, yeah, that meant nothing at all. So that kind of is annoying, but I think if you can deal with that, there's some really good performances in this, and overall a really good story. And finally, I got another one of these Warner Brother triple features. I think this is a Target exclusive, but it is Superman triple feature. I think this is a much more affordable way to get some of the better Superman films than spending like $70-some on the whole anthology, which has pretty much two terrible films in it. And Superman the movie is good. Richard Donnercut's pretty good. I honestly kind of I like some of the elements that he had in this. I don't particularly like the ending, but it's still good. And a lot of people were saying that since he pulled these video clips from different sources, that the video quality suffered, and I really didn't notice it all that much. So I was really thinking it was going to be worse than it was going to be, but I think the picture quality throughout was mostly good. And then it comes to Superman Returns, which has its moments, but ultimately I think the story, not that great. But still, for $15, really good deal. Alright guys, that is it for my DVD update for the month of July. Till next time.